The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan. Yep. Let's keep going. Just go ahead and play that tune.
I am. It's just being real slow today.
God damn it.
Like, really slow.
What the fuck?
Schwei slow even.
When was the last time you restarted your computer?
It's a little while ago.
God damn it, dude. Just do it the night before we record. If it's a nice, fresh-faced computer, it'll play things.
Dude, that was...
Shall we play?
It was painful.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. Early morning Nude Clan. I am Joe.
Caleb Craig.
Cameron. Caleb Schweiss.
And today, I apparently dropped the ball. Just like Craig did 2 weeks ago, which is, it's not good.
No.
It's not good. I was going to do a history of something. I was going to do that for UFF as well. I didn't have time for that, and I definitely didn't have time for both. But I would have, maybe come up with almost something had I remembered that it was my episode today, which I did not, so I apologize. But, everybody's favorite thing on the show is Q&As anyway, so I might as well just fucking do that. And if you have any Joe-specific Q&As, because next week is going to be my last episode.
Oh, you're going to do it?
Yeah. Well, he can't let this be his last episode.
I can't let this fucking failure be my last episode.
Why? It's a tribute.
Joe Plan.
Fuck you.
The episode.
Hey guys,
history of video games has been all me.
I'm feeling to just
so
wing it today. I mean, that's not a thing we haven't heard before.
There was the one time where I said, "Hey, let's wing it and see if anybody notices," and no one noticed. No one noticed.
That says something about our not winging it. The fact that they can't tell the difference. Yeah.
Well, I'm just jealous of like comedy shows. It's just like you wake up in the morning, you go, and we're kind of a comedy video game based ish show, and so it's like, well, let's see what happens when we just wing it, and we did it, and it worked out just fine, and no one complained, and so there you go.
That's true. Yeah, nobody did.
I don't know if we ever told people what episode was the winging it episode. But
maybe you guys should
like
try
completely winging it. It wasn't even like a Q&A or anything. It was just a winging it. And we told each other, don't say anything, that we're just winging it today.
We'll give you 5 guesses.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember now what one it was.
We'd have to look back.
Yeah, I guess so.
We can find it.
Anyway, what's everybody been playing this week?
Fuckload of Dark Souls 3.
How much is a fuckload?
17 and a half hours.
Oh, Craig. No.
Yeah, I know. You have way more than I do.
That's just a...
But I've only had 2 days to play.
That's a tiddly
and I
bit.
put
2 days?
All of those 2 days.
God, I felt bad about what I did. I did it in 6. It's a lot, though.
Yeah.
All right. Is that all you've been playing?
Yeah, it is.
17 hours of Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not over yet, because we're trying to do it without looking anything up. I did have Jake look up a few select items, like how many areas we have, and I think we're like 8 or 9 areas away from the end, which is kind of crazy. I mean, unless you look at how many hours I've played, then it's not too crazy.
I think we have to be like, 5 of the Lords of Cinder, and then the game is over.
How many have we beaten? Like fucking 1?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was only the Watchers that we beat. And those guys are fuck faces.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. They
Good
love
luck
to
with
watch.
that game.
Cameron kills those who watch.
There is only one who watches, and that is Schweiss.
Yeah.
No, you watch all the time. You know all about watches.
No. I own watches, but I'm not one who watches.
Yeah.
What?
You're not one who watches.
That sounds like the same thing to me.
Yeah, if watching.
Cameron, I am the
watches-
one who watches.
If there was a verb that you could use to like,
That is not a verb.
be like, I collect watches.
I watch.
Yeah,
I
I watch you guys.
But Schweiss is the watcher on the wall.
Yeah. It depends on where you put the
Seiko,
emphasis.
Rolex, I watch.
I watch you guys.
Schweiss likes to watch. See, when you say it like that,
I'm
the
the
meaning
one who
becomes
watch.
implicit.
True.
Me and Craig are having a good old time over here. You guys are just being sticklers today.
It's been.
No,
I don't know why.
No puns in the morning for
No.
Cameron.
You're just giggling on the stupid pun. It's
Yeah.
not even what we were talking about was funny.
He's had the
don't
most
pun
sleep,
in
so
the
it's-
AM.
It's not funny to him.
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't pun.
I am the one who watch.
You don't pun before 8. It's a rule.
But I already ate.
The question is, do you watch from the
I
closet
don't think he did.
or the drapes?
No.
Anyways, is that all the games you've beaten?
Yeah.
Beaten?
No, I haven't beaten Dark Souls
Sorry.
3 yet.
That's all you
Played.
played is Dark Souls?
Yeah, that's all I played.
Okay.
All right, so
Glad I don't have the notebook out in front of me because.
played
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky,
Deleted.
just to see what it's like now after all the updates. Then I played some Monster Hunter World, playing some of the Final Fantasy content that they downloaded.
How was
Nice.
that? How
It was
the
fun.
behemoth?
I like that they're
not
doing a bunch
fun.
of crossovers with
So I tried to solo the
Games.
behemoth, but that was definitely a fight that they designed for 4 people.
Did you get it killed?
No.
No. Yeah, well, you mean you didn't get Craig to come in? and
Although-
save
see
the day?
that behemoth armor set, that'd be fucking sweet.
When I
Have
was
someone
fighting
beat it for you.
one of the
Yeah.
earlier monsters, so the portal from the Final Fantasy world, the Moogle came out, a whole bunch of like little teeny cactar cutting things running about, and then full-size cactars running about. And then as you're fighting one of the monsters, if you hit the full-size cactar, he'll do 1,000 needles and just do like 100 damage every second.
Oh, wow, nice. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. So I still need to beat the behemoth because his armor set and weapon is pretty good.
What do you make the armor out of? His bones or?
His bones and flesh.
Yeah, dude, you make it out of them.
Well, wouldn't? I guess the bones could be harder for him than.
Usually it's the bones for the enemies or like some scales.
But
for
they
other
designed
lesser
some of
dudes.
the animations for the fight. Like, when on screen, when you're doing damage, you see the damage on screen. And then what they've done is they've changed it to look like Final Fantasy, when you see your numbers pop up. And then they actually put the name of your attack up on screen, too, at the same time. When
Oh,
on
nice.
normal fights, it doesn't do that.
Oh,
Pretty
nice.
sweet.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Is that all you did?
Well, how
And
has
then
No Man's
Dark
Sky
Soul.
changed?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
more along the lines of what they promised when it was released. Not
you mean,
quite.
You mean that it's more along the lines of what people expected it to be?
Yeah. Well,
Because they
listened
didn't
to some of
promise
his interviews.
shit.
Listen to his interviews. Anyways, it's close to that. I still have to play it a little bit more to formulate an opinion of it. But then
They did add multiplayer too, and a third person.
they've
mode.
added a lot of depth to different areas of the game to actually make it feel like a full game. So
Nice. So it's
Okay.
like not. It's like paying for Rust when it comes out versus
So-
paying for Rust 5 years ago. Like
it's like if Rust ever became a game.
yeah. It really isn't ever going to happen. I don't
But-
know.
No, it's not.
But you can build bases now. You can have little Land Rovers on the planets. You can get a whole bunch of space frigates and trade missions
Hey,
and whatnot.
We don't need that kind of language here.
Ricket.
You can put embargoes on.
You can do the nice tariffs. We're gonna make
Here to make
Kashyyyk.
Craig laugh.
We're gonna make a chic.
That's all
paint
I'm
for the
here
wall.
for.
It's just like, I was like, what word? And then I was like, oh. Stupid.
Space pirate.
It's stupid, but you're laughing.
I'm laughing at the stupidity.
That's right. I'm
Yeah.
stupid in the morning. That's what
So it has a lot more depth to it. It's still just a grind on the bottom end, but let's see if it gets any better.
Sweet.
you got to grind that bottom end.
Yeah.
Schweiss?
I have been grinding my gears and not sleeping because of Dark Souls 3. It's a very addicting game. Like, very addicting because it's so brutal. And you get to a boss fight, and the boss fucking destroys you. And then you leave for a little while, and you go level up, you go collect items, you go do a few things, and really you're not doing that much. You're just thinking about the boss, right? You're remembering, okay, he fucked me real hard doing this and this and this, so what am I going to do next time to come back and not get fucked real hard, get gently made love to, and defeat the boss? And it's really brutal. I put 29 hours into this game this week, so it's like another job. Is what Dark Souls.
It's a
become.
very masochistic job.
Yeah, and I think maybe an hour and a half of that is not actual time played because I've left it on a few times, but not for very long. So it's like pretty pure as far as how many hours it's
Pretty
taken
pure.
me. And I'm like super slow at this compared to Jake, who's playing it with us, and Caleb. Like it's just taken me hours and hours to.
Yeah, I'm like
To
10
get
hours
anywhere.
less than you, and we're basically in the same spot. So.
Yeah, I've killed one boss more than you. and
Yeah,
I'm
but
on
you
the next
cheated
one.
a boss, didn't you?
No.
There was something that you cheated. We were trying to get a
No,
weapon
okay,
out of
so
him.
it was like a mini enemy. It was just like a random dude.
a
that
small
you find.
guy, a small little enemy
Well,
running around.
it was one of those like pain in the ass enemies that only spawn once.
Oh yeah,
And I was running away from him, and he like came at me, and I like went up the elevator, and he like fell down the hole as the elevator was going up. So he died, and then I got the drop, which was my ice sword, which I have loved ever since.
Sounds like something from like a cartoon, you know.
Yeah,
fucking-
basically, I was like the Roadrunner. He was
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, it's great.
But yeah,
it was on the stream too, so you guys can go check
Oh,
it
nice.
out.
We'll have to clip it.
Twitch.tv/NudeClan Gaming.
Yeah, I also played about 40 minutes of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, so I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into that now.
Nice.
So I've got a lot of that to do because we're supposed to do the review this weekend. I'm going to take my little DS on the camping trip, I think.
Okay, that charge will last 4 hours.
It lasts longer than that.
just go
Oh,
buy.
not mine. So
Well, you bought the 2DS.
Just go buy. a
yeah, I
car
did buy the
charger for it.
2DS. I would assume that the other DS would actually take up more battery.
Well,
That's
it
my
doesn't.
assumption.
It doesn't look like it came out of a fucking
It doesn't matter
Happy
what it
Meal.
looks
Is
like.
it the door wedge one?
Yeah, it's the Happy
Yeah,
Meal
dude, I got the
console.
Door Wedge one.
So do I. But yeah, you don't need anything more than that.
No,
Plays
you
all the
don't.
games.
Plays it just fine.
Doorwedge is great.
Doesn't play all of them.
Reminds me of
Right,
the
but
Advance.
enough of them. The ones
Do
that-
you like the door wedge? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You're the one that owned it, and I told you this thing looks like a fucking toy. It looks like something that came out of a fucking Happy
You
Meal. is
believe
what it
that a
looks
lot
like.
of Nintendo products look like a toy.
That's because they are toys, technically, and those ones are actually for children.
Yes.
yeah. Well,
It's not like hentai, where it's like, yeah, sure, it's animated, but it's definitely not for children.
Is it though?
I mean, as a child, as a child in their mid-teens, I certainly was fine with it, but not for me. Just accessed by me.
Okay.
That's when Schweiss discovered his love of tentacles.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
all you
pretty
need to
funny.
do is bring a large car charger. I don't know. Is there like a car charger you can actually plug something into it?
You can get one of those really expensive converters that'll take the.
Nintendo has their own car chargers, I think.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
all right.
They did for Game Boy Advance anyway, so
Oh,
I'm sure they
that's
have some for
or
that.
you can just like pause it on the Dark Souls for a few days.
I'll do that too.
Okay.
I don't want to because I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm getting really pissed mostly, but I'm like, I just got to keep.
Yeah,
doing
that's
it.
like 90% of the game.
Yeah, there were times in Bloodborne where I just had to take a day break, just a whole day where I did not touch Bloodborne, just because I felt something break inside, and I needed to go put it back.
Which is harder.
I need to be fueled by the rage.
I feel
though,
that the beginning
and,
that the beginning part of Bloodborne was harder than the beginning part of Dark Souls so far. Like the normal average enemies are nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean if you mess up,
in
they'll
the
hit you
first
hard.
area,
But
they're
in the
nothing.
first area of Bloodborne, everything was designed perfectly to kill you. So far, I'm giving the difficulty to Bloodborne. But see, in Bloodborne, there's also a mechanic: if you get hit, but hit them back real fast, you gain health. This one, that's not a thing. So if you lose health, you lose health, and you can only have a finite amount of healing items that you take with you. So,
Okay.
but I feel like the little lanterns or bonfires are much closer together in Dark Souls.
Really?
Yeah.
there are some that are really close to each other. That
Does it
they
play
shouldn't
about
be
the
that
same?
close.
No.
No?
The mechanics are a bit different. You're not as
Alright.
fast. I mean, you can try to be as fast, but you usually get punished for it. But
There's a weight system in there, so like depending on your armor, it will like weigh you down. So if you like go with nothing but a loincloth, you'll be fast as fuck.
Okay.
Schweiss wants to do that. He wants to go like no armor run.
Yeah, with just Cestus on.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet. Actually, I got like those demon cestus I told you about last night, flaming ones.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that'd be fun. That'd be good.
Yeah.
You have to do it on your second playthrough
Oh,
too, so everything's harder.
you have a shield in this
Yeah.
one, and it blocks most attacks.
Do you not have a shield at all on Bloodborne?
No,
Oh wow.
I think you can get one though. Can't
nope.
you?
I mean, you can pick one up, but it's a wooden shield and it gets smashed.
Is it really like not just a shield you can get?
No, Bloodborne is designed to not
Hmm.
have a shield. You're supposed to be aggressive in Bloodborne.
Well, you're supposed to be aggressive in this one too.
Yeah, but not the same.
Not without a shield.
You-
Aggressive.
Go
unless
play
you
the
wanna
beginning
die.
part of Bloodborne real fast, and then you'll understand.
You mean real slow? You mean you'll slowly get through the beginning part of Bloodborne? Jesus.
I'm kind of
Ugh.
excited to finish these games, though.
Yeah, it's a thing we
You
should
just
should
started.
have done.
I know.
You're excited to finish all four of them?
Yeah, I'm excited for it to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah. The brutality.
Yeah, I need it to be over too.
It's taken way too much time. Like, I'm like, okay, I can beat this boss. And I spend like 2 hours fighting the boss, and I don't beat it. And I'm like, oh, man, I could have had 7 hours of sleep, but instead I'm going to get 5 hours of sleep, which is enough, sort
I mean,
of.
the fucking adrenaline rush you get when you fucking beat the boss, though, is insane. Like, the fucking rush I got after the Watchers, I was like fucking...
Oh yeah, the rush.
I was like going for
No.
like an hour.
I'm an adrenaline junkie now.
That
I don't know.
doesn't give me adrenaline. It just makes me angry.
I'm just glad
It
I
makes me
gotta-
angry if I have to try something over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again. There's no.
The triumph
I
is-
heard those bullshit statements from our listeners going, oh, the satisfaction you
Dude,
get after.
there
and then
is
you say the
satisfaction.
adrenaline you get after.
Well,
and I say bullshit.
Well, you didn't do it by yourself. So.
Fuck you.
You didn't suffer.
There's no sense of accomplishment for
You
you.
didn't suffer enough.
Certain bosses where I beat within the first few tries, I felt quite good about myself. But some bosses, even after I beat them, and I'm just like a hair away from death,
Oh,
I'm
dude.
just like, fuck you.
There
and
was
everything
there's
about
literally a stream of me trying to fight the Watchers for 2 hours. I was getting mad, and then I fucking beat him, and I was like,
I
you. No, at that point,
took
I'm
longer
just
than that.
like, I'm just angry. I want to be done.
I
I
had
beat
to
the
change my
boss. I'm gonna
pants.
go take a shower.
yeah,
Yeah.
What did you just say?
He had to change his pants. He wasn't wearing Depends that day.
yeah. I had to change my pants.
You know
after
better,
I
Caleb.
beat the Watchers, so
Yeah, it took me. I spent many hours fighting those guys.
yeah. Schweiss was pissed that I beat him before him too. He's
Yeah,
like,
everyone-
you beat him? How?
Everyone else
What?
had a much easier time with these guys. But since then, I've been like on top of it, except for this last boss.
Dude, that's the dual wielding. I'm telling you.
One thing,
you gotta
though, in
fuck
this
the
game-
shield, fuck the fence, just go for it.
So one thing about this game is that there's a lot of weapon drops too, so you can try a whole bunch of different weapons right away.
Yeah, I got a whip.
It just sounds easier, Cameron.
So far,
I got a whip, and the one thing I want in this world is is like a chair, so I could be like a lion tamer, just going through the game like with a little chair shield, like yeah.
I still have to figure out if the punch mechanic when you don't have a shield is the counter. Because if it is, then I'm just gonna use the katana because it has a powerful attack.
If you two-hand the katana, then L2 I think is the counter.
So if you get rid of your shield and hold down L2, you do a stance where you have the katana behind you, and when you hit the quick attack, you do this fast, low uppercut, and it just destroys people.
Somebody in the Twitch chat said, King Caleb, how much garlic bread and Mountain Dew do you recommend on the daily?
On the daily? Let's see.
One fine loaf from the local baker.
Well, I don't know about garlic bread. You can do that one sparingly, but at Mountain Dew you got to do at least like a gallon.
Yeah, which is about
it comes
2
in
liters.
liters, so you got to round up or what?
No, you could do a gallon.
Okay.
You just got to put it in a separate container.
Well, like there's
You have your servants do that.
just a couple like 64-ounce cups from 7-Eleven. Just like get those ready, and then yeah, you're good.
I fill those things all the way up with ice.
Why?
So that I get more water content by the end of the day than soda
To
content.
counter our no ice.
Unless I do
regime.
this. So this is what I'm
the
hearing.
I'm pure no ice.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the ice.
Wait till you have a job where you're working out and the fucking sun is beating down on everything around you.
Well, when I'm
I
working
work
out in
in
the
a
sun, I don't.
factory where the factory is like heated 20 degrees
you-
higher than what it is outside,
Do you-
and I'm breathing sawdust all day.
Do you you have your drink with you there?
I do, and I drink like
And
a
you just
gallon
let
of
it go,
Tampico.
and you just let it
And
go
water.
warm?
Eventually,
Yeah, when I'm working,
Hey,
I don't
has
want
to-
soda.
Craig, you need to lay off the Tampico.
Well, it's only occasionally. It's usually like I'll get the Tampico.
It's only
and
once a
then-
day.
it's only
It's
No,
only
it's
it's
four
only,
times a
it's only a
week.
quart. Come
No,
on,
it's
guys.
I use the Tampico and then like I fill it up with water after it's gone. So then it's like a gallon of water.
But like 3 gallons of Tampico.
Yeah,
It's a good ratio. I mean,
Yeah.
I like to keep my Tampico 75-25.
yeah. That's
For
the
water.
best ratio.
Yeah, and that way when I piss, it's Tampico and not urine smell. Because I hate the smell of piss.
Just like when you eat a
After
bunch of
Big
Fruit
Body.
Loops and you shit neon green. It's no longer shit. It's just the color neon green.
Have you tried the Captain Crunch that is only berries?
Yeah, that
Oh,
does it
yeah,
to
that's
me too.
insane.
Oh,
And,
blue poop.
It's never blue for me. It's
Like
always
neon
It's literally the
blue.
color of your Mountain Dew, like every
Oh,
time.
wow. We have different insides.
Yeah.
My intestines are forever stained green.
I was
like
always
I
mad that they
tattooed
never
'em.
made a Captain Crunch with only the little golden squares because that was my favorite.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, it's called boring ass Captain Crunch.
I love it.
I always preferred the peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
obviously,
Peanut butter
but-
crunch is king. Reese's though is kind of like peanut butter.
You and your
crunch on
name brand cereals.
steroids.
You
You could do
There's-
Cocoa Puffs and the
Beer.
Captain Crunch peanut
Well, my
butters.
dad had an obsession with cinnamon toast crunch, which I agree with. That's
Cinnamon
pretty
Toast
good,
Crunch is
yeah.
awesome.
That
yeah.
cereal is amazing.
You know what's an amazing cereal? The blueberry muffin top cereal.
Yeah,
Oh, I
man.
never had
Tho-
that.
Those are fucking awesome.
It tastes. It makes my throat feel
Didn't
weird
they
though. I wonder if I'm
discontinue that?
allergic to
I
it.
don't know.
I feel like they
Why would
discontinued
they?
that.
That was such a great cereal.
It was, yeah, and it added to many a muffin top
You know,
over time.
the cereal that was overrated was Cookie Crisp.
That's funny. Somebody in the chat just mentioned Cookie Crisp.
Oh wow, no,
But-
Cookie Crisp is not as good as advertised.
It's
Another
fine, but
really
yeah,
good
no.
cereal that I got into was Reese's Puff cereal.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Or multi-grain Cheerios. For some reason, with no sugar.
Honey Nut Cheerios is way better.
I don't
Honey
know.
Nut
Oh.
Cheerios is the king of Cheerios.
Oh, you know what was an awesome one? It was just a fucking bowl of grape nuts.
Oh, okay. I guess they do have different flavors of Cheerios.
Wait,
Like, what
wait.
the fuck are you talking about?
There's regular Cheerios, there's multigrain
Yeah.
Cheerios, and there's Honey Nut Cheerios. And Honey Nut is
Yeah.
by
Oh,
far
they also
the
have
best.
the yogurt covered ones and then chocolate ones.
I never
and,
tried any of those.
Those are crazy.
So they have them.
Too rich for my blood. Too
Those are
rich.
nuts. And for some reason, like once I turned like 12 or 13, I stopped putting sugar on anything, and I just started noticing like how delicious just regular Cheerios
Regular
are.
Cheerios
I'm like,
are really good.
This is pretty goddamn good without any sugar on it. Like with the sugar,
You
it's
said
just
that as a 13-year-old?
yeah, I
This
did.
here is pretty goddamn good.
No,
And I slammed my spoon down.
That is Schweiss. His language hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Just a bowl of grape nuts and bran flakes. That's what I want.
Yeah, I want to shit it out.
I want to shit.
Dude,
bricks.
that reminds me. There was this one time. I don't think I've talked about this on the show. I got really into Raisin Bran, like insanely into Raisin Bran. I was like, "Fuck, dude, the bran is so fucking good." And my grandma, for some reason, I don't like the raisin that much, but I had her grab me a box of it, and I guess she, for some fucking reason, she grabbed the extra raisin one, which I don't mind raisins, but
I like raisins, but yeah.
it's like
Oh,
they're.
I'm a big fan of the Raisin Bran, dude.
Oh yeah.
But the raisin, you don't understand, man.
No, I love the raisin.
I started
I'll
eating
take
this.
an extra thing of raisins and dump it
He
in.
just
with
wants
it.
the raisin cereal.
That's all I want.
That's
I'm there for the raisins, like a chocolate chip cookie. You're there for the chocolate chips.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
on
not
the
there
same
for the
level.
fucking raisins, though. You know what? You know how mad I get when McDonald's gives me 3 fucking oatmeal raisin cookies when I clearly asked for chocolate chip? Extremely mad because they didn't know it wasn't chocolate chip, but I did after I bit into it, and I was like, that's a fucking raisin.
What? Why do some people hate raisins?
I don't hate
I
raisins.
don't understand.
Raisins
why.
are wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't hate
chocolate
raisins.
covered raisins are fucking awesome.
I don't hate raisins. I just like chocolate a lot more. Like about 1,000 times more than a raisin. So I liked Raisin Bran, though. I was really into Raisin Bran for a while. And like I pour my bowl of Raisin Bran extra raisin, and I look at it, I'm like, this is a lot of fucking raisins. Like this is insane. And I was like, maybe it's just the top, whatever. I pour my milk in, I'm like eating it, and it was nothing but pulp raisin. And I was like, Grandma, this is like disgusting. Like I feel sick because the raisin, it's so much sweet, rotting grape. Like I was like, what is up with this? Like how many fucking raisins are in this box? And she measured it out, and dude, it was seriously like 2-part bran, 1-part raisin. Like a third of this box was fucking raisin. It was like a 5-pound box. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, is this
that what you
meant?
said to
What
your
I
grandma?
like,
Yeah.
what I like about the
What the
stories
fuck,
your
man?
grandma poured out all of the cereal to measure it out for you.
And it was sick. It was like a fucking heft box of Raisin Bran. It was only supposed to be like 18 ounces. That thing was over 2 pounds. And like we measured it out, and it was
You weighed it?
yeah, it was heavy. I noticed that when I picked it up and poured my fucking extra Raisin Bran. I was like, this is
Maybe someone
Heft.
held on to the raisin lever a little too long for that box.
yeah, dude. And then like I told her, I was like,
Some
I'm
guy
not.
went on lunch break. Just let it go.
Yes, I'm not eating this. Like
Does this box seem heavy to you?
and the next time I had it, the extra raisin, it was fine. So that was like a one-off box of like raisin hell. And ever since then, I'm just like, man, raisins are. I don't really like raisins. Like when I would get those little boxes of sun-made raisins as a kid, I'd be all about them until I got to like the bottom of the box, and I was like, oh man,
No more.
maybe it's just too sweet, which
Yeah.
is weird because I've eaten
Too
some
much-
like
too much
disgusting.
They
yeah.
are pretty much just like raw sugar.
Yeah, and it's like old sugar is what it tastes
And
like.
then Raisin Bran, they coat them with sugar.
That's true. Yeah, it's sugar on sugar.
Necessary.
And they
Yeah.
also make you eat 7 parts raisin, 1 part bran occasionally, and you're just fucking gnawing your way through this bowl of cereal, thrashing your
I don't
teeth
know if
about.
I'd call it cereal at that point. I don't know what it would
It's
be.
a fruit by then. It's fruit with a side of bread.
I'm sitting at 3 months without sugar.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
3 months. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
All this conversation is making me really want cereal,
Dude, they made
but
a Nutter
uh,
Butter cereal.
Oh, that sounds pretty damn good, actually.
Yep.
That sounds
That
like
exists.
a euphemism for something.
I know it does, but it's not.
Truffle butter cereal.
I want your truffle butter cereal. Oh, blah, blah.
Oh,
I made the Thin Mint cereal.
do you put the cereal in the bowl first or the milk? Cereal, obviously.
cereal.
Yeah.
The people who do
Madman.
the opposite are devils.
It's like
Only if it's your second bowl.
Yeah, that's true. It's like
that's acceptable.
it's like people who put like milk in and then they put the chocolate milk mix. It's like you could mix it up with the natural slamming of the milk landing on top of the mix. Like, why would you do that?
I like how the assumption Loki Lionheart goes, sugar substitutes aren't much better for you. Like I've been, with the exception of diet drinks, I have not been substituting sugar.
Well, the reason why sugar substitutes, why they say they're not very good for you, is because you end up eating more because they make you hungry.
Oh.
The chemical.
There's a whole bunch of like different offshoot things on why they're bad for you.
Yeah, they're all based
They cause
on
cancer.
They're all based on your inability to control yourself,
Yeah, somebody just said cancer.
pretty much.
I beat you to it.
Cancer. Yeah, maybe. But I was drinking diet soda when I ate sugar anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like I was eating. I haven't drank full sugar drinks on the regular since I was a teenager.
See what you about, how diet drinks are not good for you, but sugar drinks make me crash and diet drinks do not.
Well, I haven't had a migraine yet, and that's the reason I cut it off like completely, and I haven't had a problem with it. Like I haven't been like craving sugar, is because I believe that my migraines were being caused by blood sugar spikes.
Is that a
And
thing? Like, is that?
That's a thing. That's a regular.
Okay.
That's a thing that can cause migraines pretty regularly, like eating too much sugar in the morning.
Okay.
So, that being said, my experiment is I have to go through until December, and if I don't get a migraine, I know what the fucking problem is.
So you're just gonna stay on the keto diet for the
So
rest of your life?
I'm not so much keto, but less than like 50 carbs a day. Yeah,
So no Mountain Dew.
you don't need that much sugar anyway. So I haven't birthday parties. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't had a problem this time around because the fucking migraines are too painful.
How many have you had? Two?
I had over the last like year and a half, I had 5 or 6 migraines.
Oh, so don't say that something doesn't exist, and then it won't happen to you. Because I know you
Well, I
mentioned-
just didn't realize that the one I had when I was 18 or 19, I didn't realize that was a migraine. I thought that was heat exhaustion
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's what I was fucking told by the medical officer there. And I realized I think losing your sight is probably not part of heat exhaustion.
No, you
No.
pass out.
Yeah,
That
depending on where the
I suppose
migraine
you lose
is,
your sight.
You start to feel like you're going to go blind.
And-
For me, it wasn't that I couldn't see. It wasn't that I couldn't understand what I was seeing.
So it was like a weird. It was like the scene in the beginning of House of the Dead. where it's
No,
just
no.
fucking-
Yeah.
everyone's neon outline.
I was trying to do homework,
Still
and
don't understand what the fuck
I was
that
looking
for.
at the words on the page and trying to look at the time
And you're
because
like,
I
I'm
needed to be
seeing
somewhere.
them, but I'm not
And it's
seeing
like
them.
I could see the numbers, but I couldn't understand what the numbers meant. I knew what numbers looked
you were
like,
stupid.
but those I don't know. So I got up and I went to the other clock, and I'm like, I can't tell what time it is.
the numbers.
I can't
Mason.
tell.
It's fucking freaky.
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
It's freaky as shit. I've had this. It's called an ocular migraine. It's freaky as fucking shit. My thing was like when I was at scout camp and I had it for the first time. I was like looking at my hand, like I felt a little weird, and I was like, I can't really see that well. I looked at my hand. It's like my hand is there, but my hand is not there. It's a fucking weird.
I could see objects. I could still navigate, right? I could
No, yeah.
drive, but it's when I try to
They're
read
blind
or
spots.
when I try
it's
to
like spots in your vision that aren't
decipher numbers. I
being
couldn't.
there.
I couldn't decipher them. So
They're there, but they're not there.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what the numbers look like.
Yeah. And then I start seeing zigzaggy shapes, and it gets worse and worse. And then it stops. And then I'm fine for about 30 minutes, and then comes the pain and the nausea.
Yeah,
And then that
It's
lasts
the nausea that really
lasts
gets
for
you.
about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's
For
bad.
me,
Yeah,
some people have migraines that last like 16 hours, and that sounds awful.
mine go away after I sleep or get a blowjob. So you know what's
nice.
even better? Blowjob and then sleep. That migraine's gone. Just so you know, Joe.
Okay, thanks.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Future reference.
Yeah, future. Well into the future reference. If you
Thank
ever
you.
go back on sugar, if you ever go back on sugar in like 10 years, it's bad though because it's like with every heartbeat, like your head just like shh,
Yep.
shh, and that's when you know it's a migraine. That and when you start going blind beforehand, which Usually for me, it's like if I'm not looking directly at it, I basically can't see it. It's just like,
Well, when was the last time
That's
you
the
had a
tunnel
migraine?
vision. That's tunnel vision. Just kidding.
I had one like a year and a half ago. And that was the only one I've ever had in my life.
Oh,
I've only had one as well.
and you didn't go on the podcast and go like, "Fucking Jesus Christ!"
No, I don't know why. It was like gone later that night. But when I got home, or when I was near the end of work, I was like, I can't fucking see like anything. I thought I was dying. I was like, fuck, man, am I like shutting down here? Like, they were right about the diet soda that I've been chugging on endless basis.
This is where I die.
Yeah, at this fucking.
I mean, if you've never had
Call
one before,
center.
it's a very unsettling experience.
It's
Just
unsettling every time. It's not it's not
Just like when-
unsettling when you like.
Just like when Joe locked his mouth open, very unsettling
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
now I know from now on, it's like I'll be fine. I just gotta go to the hospital.
I imagine it would be more unsettling for everyone else.
Open your mouth, big boy.
It is.
You can't
So
not.
I almost had it fucking this morning. My jaw was like, "Nyeh."
Yeah,
Every morning that I wake up too early and start yawning, it's like it's a danger zone. It's
yeah.
This is something I have to live with my entire life.
I've almost done it.
Danger zone.
I've almost done it, I think, because there have been some deep yawns, and I was like, oh man, that felt like it was tightening up there. And I just had to cut off the yawn. And it's
No.
you can't duplicate it.
No.
You can't make it happen like on a whim. It has to be the perfect storm of your muscles aren't fucking relaxed like they should be. They're all uptight because you didn't get any sleep, and then there's the deep, deep yawn that you can't stop. And then it happens.
well, it's only ever happened to me once. I've had close calls where it's like I could feel my jaw kind of going over bone for a little bit. It's just the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I can't believe that happened to me. I cannot believe that happened to me. Jeez Louise.
Anyways, let's stop talking about headaches. I woke up with a headache this morning. It's not a migraine, but, you know.
Yeah.
When I go to sleep and I don't have it like the perfect sleeping temperature, I toss and turn all night and usually wake up super thirsty with a headache. So
Yeah, my compassion for people with migraines went up 100%. My compassion for people with regular headaches went down about 100%.
yeah,
It's like, oh, you have a headache, huh? Wow, that sounds like you can do just fine.
Yeah. Just take some aspirin, man. Yeah, it's.
that's why I poured myself.
I don't
a
really
Stein.
I don't get headaches all that often. Like a little
I
bit
do.
of ache.
I have a lot of light sensitivity headaches all the time.
Oh, yeah, because you got
Usually at the end of the week. So
is that because you got the eyes?
Is that when you crawl into your cave?
yeah, I got the eyes. Everyone's got the eyes.
Cameron's house is like a blind man's home. It's just fucking pitch black. No,
No,
lights on.
the other day I do notice that I don't do this on purpose, but like when we come home and I walk in, it's at night, and I don't turn the lights on. My room's like, hey, turn on the lights. I'm like, oh, didn't even think about it.
Yeah, you're just over there with like fucking cat eyes, seeing
Yeah, his
everything.
fucking
in the-
eyes are glowing. In the
I
dark.
turn around, he sees two circles of light.
He's like, I don't even know where that light's coming from. It just began in your eyes.
Oh man, that's good. I played Crystal Chronicles. Thanks for asking.
Oh, nice.
Every time I'm always waiting for Schweiss to say, "What have you been playing, Joe?" And I'm like, he's never gonna ask.
Yeah, he's never
No.
gonna do
Never
it.
gonna
He's-
ask.
He's not considered like
Fuck it, I got one more episode of me being a weekly host, and this is what I get. I say weekly host because I hope you guys will let me on after this every once in a while. Yeah.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
So you want all the benefit without any of the work. 'cause
I
everyone
want
does.
I want to be I
He wants to be
want
on the film reviews.
I want to get on for the movie reviews, and occasionally if there's a game.
That
I'm
makes
excited
sense.
about.
Movie reviews, I think that's fine.
But anyway, Crystal Chronicles. It looks like, according to IGN Wiki Guide, I'm on like part 14 of 25. I think I bet the rest of it's longer than this because the game's supposed to be like 11 to 15 hours, and I'm at 5 hours right now. So I assume I'm halfway.
Oh, you're only at 5? I was thinking like I could.
I'm
put
at
like,
5 something.
I could put like 20 hours into it this week.
My assumption is which I have nothing to do tomorrow except for play that game. So that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to play that game and not have any game to play for a few weeks, without any other distractions, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure yet. Because then the only thing stopping me will be me at that point.
Isn't that what's always stopping you? I don't see how that's a turn from
No,
the norm.
FedEx stops me. FedEx stops me often. FedEx, I got my old route back, and last year I had 20 less stops a day on average. 20 stops, by the way, is an hour and a half on that route. So I'm working an hour and a half extra this time of year, last year. Working an extra hour and a half this year per day, which adds up to hatred and despair and just general, not good feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
That's-
know.
It also gives you more money, though, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm going to run out of money real soon, though. I'm going to make sure that happens.
Yeah.
Just going to plow through that money that I've been saving up for a long time.
It's the only way to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we know what everyone's been playing this week, but has anybody beaten a game?
Fucking no.
No.
Not at all, no.
Nope. Okay, moving
Sad
on.
week. Sad week.
Cam, you got some stats, right?
We do have
I
hog
do
stats.
have the hog stats.
Caleb Craig still at King Hog. I don't know where the fucking notebook went, so
It's by
Yeah.
one game.
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You gonna beat it?
I think Craig is at.
Don't worry about it.
I think Craig is at 20, and I'm at 19 or
How
something
the
like
heck
that.
long
for
of
the
a
year.
game is Dark Souls?
It's just really fucking hard.
How long to beat? I think is it at 30 hours?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. We're not too bad then. I mean, I'm doing poorly, I guess, based on that. But it's just fucking. It's just sick, dude. Like it's something that you just. This is my intro to it, and it's not friendly at all. It's.
Your intro to it could have been Demon Souls forever ago.
Yeah, my
And
intro.
that one's, according to Jake, even harder, and I believe it because some of those bosses I fought in there were assholes.
So hard.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. And like the only other thing I've done is Demon Souls, where I died like 3 times, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this game anymore. And then I did Bloodborne, where I was just trying to punch the werewolf creature to death in the very beginning of the game, and I was like, yeah, he won't die, so I don't want to play this game anymore. And that's it. And now it's like, oh, the same thing happens. The first enemy I run into, not the first enemy that kills me, but the big like crystal dragon guy kills me in this one, and I'm like, oh. But then I actually do play the game. I didn't just quit like I have every other time. So
Okay, we're having an interesting. Who's gonna win in a fight, me or Cameron? And I'll let Caleb decide this.
me,
Yeah, who would win in a fight, me or Cameron?
I don't know. I mean, you'd just sit on Cameron, but I don't think that would work for Cameron. 'Cause Cameron's a little bigger than I am.
I mean, this is something I've been wanting to find out for a while. I mean, we could always just throw it down right here.
I think we all want to
Bare-knuckle
find
brawl.
out.
Right now.
Yeah, we throw enough C words around, we can get going. I
Yeah,
guess.
that gets the blood boiling.
Only if it's in his own house. though.
Remember who?
Yeah.
Remember who broke up
You're
the
not-
last fight, and
you're
then
not at
who had to
home.
throw who off of whom, and then kneel on someone else's face.
That's true. That was where the fight turned, though, because that's when I rolled over and punched
Well,
him in the face.
because I was trying to get him to stop, and then for some reason you're like, "Oh, look, an opening," and punched him in the face, and that's when I'm like, "Fuck you!" and I kneeled on you on your face,
It was,
mind you.
it was beautiful,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Hey, man, I got my head slammed into the grate.
yeah, that wasn't good, but. You know, the biggest damage was that cable lost. You know, that's forever
true, yeah.
just gone.
That's true. I'm surprised the mixer didn't like get fucked up because that thing
Yeah,
was
that's
yanked on.
lucky. That is lucky.
And I had prided myself for not being a person who gets into fights for many years.
You know, I haven't gotten into a fight, and that's why I'm like rearing to go.
Okay,
Trying to
I've
start-
been in
Yeah,
4.
Cam wants a fight club.
you can't talk about it.
Oh, shit. You know what? Somebody's calling right
Well,
now.
there is no fight club yet.
We should answer it.
Hello,
Hello,
hello. Who is this?
this is Beaver LA. I did not expect to actually talk to somebody.
Yeah, we're doing the show right now. What's up?
Holy crap. Not too much. How you guys?
You know, we were just
Yeah.
talking about our Joe and I's fight like a year and a half ago. It was pretty good.
We
Pretty
never
good
said
memories.
on UFF the day that we had that fight. I think we were just winded on the episode. We were like,
Yeah, I was sad. I was like, man, I am not in shape right now. Like, that was bad. I didn't even do anything.
it's a good workout.
Yeah, Joe just sat on top of you.
I just tried to get Joe off of me and then punched him. That's all I did.
Making it sound like I was the attacker here.
You were sitting on me.
Oh, no. I defended myself.
Oh, yeah. Offensively. Anyway, what's up, man? What you calling to ask us?
No, I was calling to ask you guys. So I am moving to Salt Lake City at the end of the year
Wow.
with my fiance,
yeah.
and I know nothing about Utah. And I was wondering if you guys could give me a positive and a negative about your great state.
Where are you coming from?
We have the greatest Mexican restaurant in the world.
That's probably not true. We got a pretty good one, though.
We're coming from Ohio.
Ohio.
cool.
Oh, okay. Everything's going to be a plus.
Yeah, there's no Kasich, but there is a Romney, and he will be up there. I think, will he? Or no, is he the guy? I can't remember.
I don't know.
He's
You know,
here.
You know what are you moving for? Is it work?
Yeah, well, she got into grad school with the University of Utah, and
Nice.
then I work for the university here in Ohio, and I'm transferring labs. So it's just moving on up.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome.
If it's up, I mean, that doesn't sound like there's a downside. Okay.
Are you an outdoorsy kind of person?
Yes, and that's what I'm most looking forward to
Okay.
is like snowboarding and like
Oh,
mountain
yeah.
climbing and that kind of stuff.
Then this is the place
I just
for
don't
you.
know anything out there.
yeah,
We're going out there at the end of August for the first time to like find an apartment and then moving like right after Christmas.
Yeah, if you're an outdoorsy person, then this is a great state for everything. Hiking, you can be out, snowmobiling and
Hiking,
crap like
camping,
that.
every outdoor activity
Yeah.
in every season.
And we got 5 national parks here.
Yeah, there's
So,
some of them like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like all here, so it's pretty bitchin' here.
is.
The downside, I would say upside, yeah, outdoors.
Downside, liquor laws suck.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
buy beer as you're already shit faced.
Yeah, I've already started like a list, and I'm taking like a stockpile as I drive out there.
Yeah, also
That's
it's
probably a
illegal
good
to
idea.
do that too.
Patron, and is it really?
It is illegal to bring liquor into Utah. Yeah,
You'll be fine.
Yeah, but no one's getting it.
no one's
Yeah,
gonna
no
find
one-
it.
It's not like
No.
California
You
fruit.
got beer.
Want to pull across the state line?
It's not like
with
the
an attack
California
on
fruit check.
Empty your
Yeah.
trunk.
Yeah, if you even smell a beer here, then you're over the limit.
Yeah, that's another downside. They passed a law where the limit is half of what every other place in the world is. At least every other place.
Is
in the country.
.04 out there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or even it's like
Holy crap!
yeah. So
Yeah,
you
it's
are over the
ridiculous.
limit if you thought about drinking.
Uber does really well here on the weekends.
Yeah.
Or had like a Listerine in the morning.
yeah,
Yeah.
or that.
fresh breath over the limit under arrest. That's probably one of the big downsides. That and you can't really. I guess you can't gamble.
It's
but
it's point
nobody does that,
0.05 here.
Oh, okay, so it's not quite half, I guess.
Ex-Mormons like to complain about judgy people. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
That's
people
what
are.
my fiance is most afraid about. She's
I don't think people are
concerned
less
that the Mormons are
judgy
gonna try to
anywhere
convert
else.
her.
They will try
They
to
will.
convert you if you're really like if.
Yeah, prepare for missionaries.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're just nice, and
every
you
now
can just nicely say no.
the hard part though is they don't know defeat here. Like they're soft with victory. So like they will just keep coming back. They don't quite understand what "no, I'm okay" means because they're so used to just steamrolling over
Yeah.
everybody.
I
If
do
you tell
get-
them no, they'll come back in like a few months.
Believe it or not, I do get more knocks on the doors from Jehovah Witnesses than
Yeah.
anything else.
But they know defeat.
Really?
They know loss.
And I
so
think
they,
their thing is that they're trying to convert the Mormons, and the Mormons aren't necessarily like going around in Utah as much. So they're like the Jehovah's Witnesses are really the areas that I'm up in northern Utah. They're just like there's so many flyers and books and people. And it's like, ugh. But
And then the only other question I have then is like I want to go to Sundance this January. How hard is it to get tickets?
From what I've heard, it's a pain in the ass, but I've never gone, so I can't give you any information. I'm always
You've never gone, aren't you? You're the film guy though.
Every January, I am broke. every January, and parking is supposed to be hell.
Getting up there sucks too. It's a bad.
It's not a good canyon to drive through. It's
No.
scary as hell.
Especially in middle winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Winter driving, but you're from Ohio. I guess you would know that. So.
Yeah, I got a truck.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, enjoy the desert.
If you got a truck, you should fit right in.
Yeah. Just make sure you
All right,
drive
well,
around
thanks,
with a
guys.
massive American flag on the 4th, or else you're one of those.
Yeah, you need at
guys
least
with a
5
truck.
flags in your yard, or else you're not a patriot.
Yeah, that's right. That's
But
right.
I don't know if that's unique to Utah, but that's something. Anyway, thanks for your call.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't expect a live conversation, but that's awesome.
All right,
Thank
if you want to leave a message, we'll leave you alone next time.
No, that's perfect. That's all I wanted.
Okay. All right, good
All
time.
right, thanks. Bye.
We'll see you, man. That was good. That was enjoyable.
Love line. Love
Yeah.
line.
Nude line after dark. Cool. What did we have? Hog stats? You said we were going to whip those out.
So I
before
have the hog stats.
Before we rudely interrupted.
Damn
Damn it, Beaver.
And I love doing that. I love answering when I see it because they get so caught off guard. It's very fun. So it's even better when they never call back again. And then I'm like, I gotta feel bad about that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It was a good fix. at the
Hey,
moment.
I haven't lost any of my fights except for I've lost one. That's not true. Dylan beat the shit out of me.
Dylan.
Hey, Dylan was like basketball, super in shape. That was in high school.
Okay.
He's fast. I couldn't grapple onto him. That's how I win fights.
I couldn't catch him.
Yeah, he was just a punch thrower. That's all I have. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, Dylan.
Fuck you. Every other fight, someone has pulled me off of someone. Pulled me off of someone else.
Because Joe's
So who's the loser
Joe's
here?
tactic is to just fucking sit on the guy.
Use my weight and my short stature to kill people.
He doesn't throw punches. He just waits. The other person's too tired to keep going.
No, he pulls your hair like a
Because
bitch.
I can take
Oh.
punches. Yeah.
I don't think you did though.
I
You
don't-
took one punch.
I felt bad, but I felt a mixture of, oh man, I probably shouldn't have done that, and like, that was the greatest thing I've ever done. At the same time, it was this weird chemical in my brain that was like, no, yes, because just the look on your face when I punched you was like pure surprise and nosebleed ish.
No, you didn't.
I didn't
you
get
didn't.
a
You
Oh, I thought you. Oh,
No.
maybe not.
No.
I was bleeding because of the grate in the back
Yeah.
of my head.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that a lost fight. I don't know.
Anyways,
I just personally wouldn't.
we
Yeah.
got stats. People.
None of us, neither of us, are willing to do an L on that. It's a tie. Ish. Don't make me do it again.
I think you both lost that fight when recording equipment got damaged. But
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
anyways,
Well, so why do people keep on telling us to drop our pants?
because they want to see it, Joe.
That's
the
never
nude.
happened.
It's the
They-
nude clan.
They want to see it. We are the Nude Clan.
Okay.
Anyways, we now have
We're nude after dark.
76 Hogib users. So we have 2 noobs come to play. Again, these stats
Sweet.
are provided by Matunica, and so these are all written by him. Over the last month, our consumption-hungry community has logged 2,310 MIDI items, 575 more than last month.
Oh, thank God. All right.
952 kitty books, comics, up by 267. 305 geekdom.
Kitty book sounds gross.
I know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at like
That sounds
some,
wrong.
Remember,
Some child
he's
skin
British
flick.
too, so
So what? They're more innocent.
Some kitty books. No.
he just means children's literature.
That sounds like hiding children's literature in a bookcase or some shit.
Yeah.
Sounds gross.
35 Geekdom podcasts, up by 74.
Yes.
Nice.
A lot of those were me. I logged some shit that I had forgotten about.
463 albums, up by 156. 256 movies, up by 27. 15 audible books, that's the same as last. 22 books, up by 13. 124 TV shows, down by 9. And then 173 games, that's up by 51 from last month.
Damn.
Oh, July was a gaming month.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So the total breakdown goes comics, 152 points. Geekdom podcast, 610 points.
Yeah.
Albums, 926 points. Movies, 1,792 points. Audible books, 207. Books 550, TV shows 3,720, and then games 6,055, making a grand total of 14,812, up from 2,756 from June.
Oh, wow.
That's a
It's like doubled.
huge jump in the consumption hog there, guys.
That's insane.
So, but don't let the ups cloud your vision. It's been a standard month after the lackluster logging we had in June.
Okay.
So it's,
Okay, so June, just people slacked off.
yeah.
You motherfuckers.
They got the mid-year burnout.
And then Craig, he has something specifically for you. He
Yes,
goes, "Thank you
finally.
for finally using the app. I'll give you a break this month as long as you don't tell me to fuck off or anything."
Yeah. All right, so basically what I did was every comic that I logged, I put in the note, "fuck off, Matunica." and since I could do multiple comics at once, it just like auto-loaded all 500 or so that I put in there.
So you gave him 500 fuck offs.
Yep, it was great.
That's actually a pretty good. Yeah.
Did you log anything else? Are you guys still behind on the other shit, or what?
I logged a few other things, but it was mostly the comics.
Matunica called me a numpty. I don't know what that means.
Numpty, I don't know. It sounds like British
yeah,
bullshit
that's-
slang.
Yeah, it's a nonsense word. Doesn't make any. Has no meaning.
So, anyways, this week's top 3 comics are Batman or Bat Gender Fluid Guy to Be PC.
Oh,
What?
bat gender fluid guy.
Oh,
Anyways, 313 chapters, user notes, fuck off Matunica.
yes.
Yeah, I think that's Batman.
It's 2 N's, Cubby, Matunica. So you spelled Matunica wrong.
That's right. I didn't care.
Over and over.
And then he goes,
It
fuck,
doesn't matter.
fuck the rest, fuck comics, and fuck this shit, I quit. And he leaves a very large gap between the next section, and he goes, nah, I love Nude Clan. Geekdom Pods.
He fucking was posting on Twitter, being like, "I'm gonna read this Dragon Ball manga," and I was like, that's a comic, right? Piece of shit.
What did you say back to you?
Manga's just another word.
He was trying to play it off like it wasn't, but it totally is.
Yeah, I think it's
No, this is a novel.
it's a graphic novel.
Graphic novel.
So as for the Geekdom Pods, the breakdown is Nude Clan had 146 hogs, UFF had 66, Getting Fat 43, Schweiss.
What the fuck?
I know. Schweiss gets his Johnson back out 22. My Muff had 9 hogs inside it this month. Godzilla Listens racked up to 8. Puff Puff the Braggin' Ball cast had 6. Super Sexy keeping it loose and floppy with 4.
Oh, that's good. Loose and
Loose and floppy.
Top 3 notes of the month from this category are: is Schweiss a bad person?
Yes, the answer.
You only mentioned the top 4 for the nude hog when I'm number 5 of the top 5.
That sounds like a Jake thing.
Why you got to do me dirty like that, Matunica?
Oh, man.
And then Nicolas Cage should play every role.
Yeah.
No.
And then for albums, can't fucking wait to rework this table in the database. So yeah, they're doing some updates to make things a little bit easier. This month is most listened to artist is Ty Segall, 19 of the Buggers.
19. What the fuck is Ty Segall?
I don't even
Let's look
know.
that up real fast. I don't know what Ty Segall is either.
All right, I'll do it. Just keep going.
And then the next is back on form this month. Metallica had 11 albums logged. A UFF special probably helped. And this month's most listened to album is Trivium Shogun. 2 months running for the Trivium Boys.
Really?
And then Between the Breed and Me, Automata 2.
I listened to that album yesterday. No, the day before.
Both of them had 3 logs, so
It's good.
Shogun is good.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think
all
it's-
I've heard is listen to Shogun.
It's not. It's,
I have been listening to some
it's fine.
Trivium songs on my Spotify playlist, but I have to listen to the album.
That just was never in high school. I was never a Trivium guy, and that's kind of the only time I ever tried them.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried Trivium?
Have you ever tried Trivium?
It's all right.
Drug.
And then On to the next part. Final note on albums. 9 B-sides were logged this month for various soft rock bands like Foo Fighters and Blink-182.
Blink-182.
What does he mean by B-sides?
I do know one of the albums that came out For Your Honor had a B-side CD.
They're counting that as a separate album?
I don't know. So
I don't think that
I don't
fucking
know.
counts as a separate album, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Double albums are just an album.
Maybe he thinks it's just an album that was entirely composed of B-songs. So
That is a thing. Songs that they didn't put on the album, usually those albums suck because they cut them for a reason. Especially if it happens to be like Foo Fighters, where
this is dubious.
what they cut,
Yeah.
like, no.
That's like Cameron's favorite band.
I know it is, but
no, it was my favorite band in high school and a band I quite enjoy still to this day. The earlier ones for my grunge fix.
Okay.
I'll throw that. In my
it's like a
grunge
scene
playlist.
that Uwe Boll was like, "Hi, I'm cutting that from the movie."
Just versing high highs, not whole catalogs. Nirvana or Foo Fighters.
That's a question I need to get back to.
Okay. Got to think about it.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Nirvana, but I don't
But
really
see,
like either of
there's
them that
more,
much. So
Nirvana
Get the fuck out of
had
here.
great-
Get
had great
out of your
songs.
seat and leave.
you know, the greatest hits of Nirvana
Fuck out of your
is
own house.
okay.
But the amount
Like
of
1/3 of their
songs that I
songs.
enjoy from... So I
I
have
know.
more songs I enjoy from Foo Fighters than I do Nirvana.
Right. That's the whole
But-
catalog thing.
But I think there are a few songs that Nirvana did that are just timeless. Just so good.
Well, I mean, Megadeth has more good songs than Metallica does.
You know, that's my point. I would never say Megadeth is better, though. I would say
Yeah.
Metallica is better.
I think...
They make more
I
good.
think...
They
Dave-
make more good.
That sounds
Dave
like a Metallica
Grohl-
lyric.
I'm pretty sure that Dave Grohl is a more talented musician than Kurt Cobain was.
I mean, he had a few more years to...
Yeah.
To live. Well, I mean, that was his choice.
Was it, though?
Maybe, unless his girlfriend did actually kill him. But, who knows?
Anyways, yeah. On
Only
to
the
movies.
shotgun. Only the shotgun knows.
Only the shotgun. Okay, on to movies. This month's movie winner is Ant-Man and the Wasp with 8 watches. Here's what our users had to say about it. Middle of the road as far as the Marvel Comic Universe movies go. Still really good
Should have
overall.
saw Mission Impossible 5? The answer is yes.
Also fun.
All right.
So I have a thing where I don't like the Ant-Man videos. I just barely watched the first Ant-Man like a month ago.
They're called videos now.
And
Apparently.
my fears of it were confirmed that it's not a movie that I would like, and so I have not seen.
You're not going to
Ant-Man
like
and
the
Wasp.
second one.
Yeah,
at
I have
all.
that feeling as well.
It's like the first one, just worse a little bit. I think it's fine. I thought the first one was funny and fun and light, but you hate that, so you're really going to hate the second one because it's
More of that.
there's more. Yeah, there's like weird hugging between Ant-Man and like the stepdad, and like it's. I was like, that's too much for me, but Cameron's gonna fucking shit his pants when he sees that. They're like super close. It's really weird.
That's fine. It's like the stupid humor. Like
That's
in Thor
what it's-
Ragnarok.
It's meant to be funny though.
Got
It's
not,
like where she's walking off the fucking ramp off her ship and falls off because she's drunk, and that's supposed to be top comedy, just like the fucking pinnacle of humor.
That's probably the worst joke in the movie.
It just grates on me every time I think about
I
that,
like
that
that
movie.
movie
That's
very
what I
much.
see.
You just don't like fun.
I enjoyed
fun!
I enjoyed the movie, but it wasn't a very good movie as compared to the
Hey,
other.
everybody should
movies.
stop watching these fucking... Go see Mission Impossible Fallout
I
in
wanna see
IMAX.
Mission Impossible,
Don't
yeah.
see it any other way, apparently. Go see it in IMAX.
Apparently.
But
Parker was like, I didn't like it that much. I'm like, did you watch it in IMAX? He's like, no. I'm like, dude, I was shitting my... There's a part in the last 40 minutes of that movie.
he broke his ankle in
I
this
was
movie.
shitting my pants because the IMAX is all big. It's like kind of like, did you ever see Dark Knight Rises in IMAX?
Yeah, we saw it.
It's
in
like
IMAX.
that, where it's like fucking really high up, and you're like, oh my god, and like the experience of watching that movie in IMAX. fantastic. Don't watch Mission Impossible Fallout any other way.
They kept the scene where Tom Cruise broke his ankle. In the
Yeah,
movie,
they
too.
did. I saw that.
And
you
then-
can see it in the movie. He goes, like it's like real.
And he just
fucking
gets up
hits.
and fucking hobbles past
Yeah,
the
and you can
camera.
see him like,
That's the dedication we need in all of our actors.
That's what he does his own stunts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. And then he gets paid like $46 million a movie. for that.
I take 20 people's
I thought
jobs.
that the reason why they didn't like actors performing their own stunts is for this very reason.
He
If they get
produces
hurt-
them. He produces them.
so he
though. That
chooses.
they're not
Okay.
going to make that movie without him doing his own stunts. So he has the
Anyways, it's
insurance companies by the balls.
yeah, if he hurts himself,
yeah.
then they have to halt production for.
And
X
he
amount of
doesn't
time.
do all of his own stunts. He just does a lot of them. Yeah, he still has a stuntman.
No, Jason Statham, I think, does all of them, doesn't he? No, maybe
I
not.
doubt it.
Yeah, I was.
But-
sorry.
We got to know the best stuntman was Jackie Chan. The guy
But,
does
I
all of his
mean,
own stunts.
Yeah, there's some
Bruce
crazy
Lee.
shit. Like him hanging off the airplane in the last Mission Impossible, least impressive thing in that movie. It's like the least impressive thing. The most impressive thing is when he like crawled up on a bar using the strength of his abs. It's like I can't describe to you the scene, but it's like fucking what? Anyway, Mission Impossible Fallout is going to be way better than any fucking Marvel movie.
Well,
so
let's see
fuck
if
it.
we can sway the hog and get that be the most.
Well, go
hog
see it in
item.
IMAX. Don't go see it normally. This is an IMAX movie. So
Anyways, lots of Jurassic Park movies logged, and it looks like someone binged on all the Pokemon movies. You poor tortured soul.
oh god. Was it you,
audiobooks.
Craig?
It was not me.
You
Yeah, he
watched
was
Mewtwo
watching.
Returns.
No, I didn't.
Jim Butcher had 4 listens on his Furies series this month and is our most popular author. Also, a user commented on The Ultimate History of Video Games asking, "Great book. I wish there was a sequel of some sort. For those who read this, anyone knows? Need it from 2001 and on."
History of video games from 2001 and on.
The Ultimate History of Video Games. It's a book. So
Right. And
Yeah.
they're asking for a book
a
that
sequel.
covers...
Yes, from the era of
The
2000.
rest of it.
Yeah. Is that a book you're familiar with?
No,
with your history
I'm
of
not.
video games?
I'm not familiar with. There's not that many great books about that. I know there's like the Console Wars book by I forgot his name. And that looked interesting, but that's once again it's like a
The
small
Sega,
section.
the Sega Nintendo thing.
That's like a small section of video game history, and it's going to be hard to find a video game history book that goes past the year 2000 because that's kind of when things are opening and it becomes hard to, historify
Keep
it.
track.
And maybe after 50 years, people will look back and see kind of the big hits on those things. But I mean, that'd be a difficult book to write to always be updating a history of video games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then on to the books category. No winners this month, but I'll give a mention to Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Our user notes, one of the best books I have ever read. Always leaves me with the feels when I finish it. So this
Craig
person's
Craig
read it
apparently
multiple
doesn't
times.
agree.
No, it's all right. It's just meh. It's a bad book.
Would I enjoy this book?
Is it fun in any
I don't
way?
know. It's just about a guy who has a pet rat and then it dies.
Is that a
But
spoiler?
That's literally what
A
happens.
stellar summary of this
That sounds
book.
like
That
a
sounds like-
subplot in a Stephen King book.
Yeah, it sounds
The
like
Green
a
Zone.
like a certain
It's a really-
Stephen King.
It's a really sentimental book.
They're like some magic
It's-
bugs
yeah.
coming out of a dude.
Yeah. Is it a giant black guy who is not the Allstate man?
No.
I think that guy is like 7 feet taller than the Allstate guy. I don't think I would feel like I was in good hands because he's huge. He could kill
You
me.
don't think that you'd be in good hands? Wouldn't those be the hands that protect you, though?
Are you? In
They
good
would.
hands?
He molests Tom Hanks in that movie. He grabs his package, man.
I don't think Tom Hanks has a package anymore.
What?
If he went, if that guy full on went and grabbed him.
Oh yeah.
No,
That
he
doesn't
restored it.
exist.
He restored his vitality.
That's right. Yeah.
He went home and used it right away
Tom
too.
Hanks has
Yeah, that's true.
Tom Hanks
That-
has the
that
balls
was
to
a part
fight
in that movie.
pirates, dude. Yeah.
And land planes in rivers.
It's true. Yeah.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Tom Hanks. He's been doing a lot of stuff without balls.
Yeah.
It's true.
I think the point is you don't need balls to do them.
It's still funny to me after this many years, the fact that the Disney Cruise commercial came on right before the Captain Phillips trailer when we were in the movie theater that one time.
Yeah.
That's just that's the best. That's the best pairing ever. Go to the Caribbean, and then the next one is like, I'm the captain now.
They should have had a. They should have had a
over by
cameo.
pirates.
Get taken over by pirates. Look, Tom Hanks is probably in both commercials.
He's the captain. Even now.
Oh man! And then on the TV, Bob's Burgers with 8 seasons watched is our winner for TV in July.
I think that might have been me. I'm not sure though.
Did you watch 8 seasons of Bob's Burgers, Caleb?
Over time, but it was like a one hog thing.
One hog log.
Yeah.
Over
And
how much
One log
time?
hog.
There's some stuff that I need to.
And a special shout out to Hison to Masotan. Hison to Masotan. Does that make sense?
No.
Oh, is that like somebody in the show?
No, that's a TV show.
Oh.
Soto Masotan.
Yeah.
Hison to Masotan, where our user comments show about a autistic Japanese girl and her magic dragon in the military. Best part was the characters. Solid 10 out of 10s for everyone in the show. Plot wasn't great, but interesting enough to keep you going, with an interesting enough twist about halfway that transitions it from an easygoing show to one with a more clear-cut purpose to end on. Also one of the beautifully animated shows of spring.
One of the beautifully... Everyone knows spring is the beautiful animation.
It is an easygoing show to one with a more clear-cut purpose to end on. Also one of the beautifully animated shows of spring.
It sounds like Jake.
Okay.
When he goes like full Trump, sometimes in chat, he'll be like, I'll insult him, and then he'll be like, this and this, and then he strings like 4 things into one, and I'm like, Jake,
Slow
you sound
down.
like Trump right now. You're just like so frustrated that you're just like,
Slow down. Don't say the wrong word here.
Yeah, you
Wrong.
He's like, you can't just expect me. I don't think we. It's even. I don't remember what it was, but it was like something. He just fell off a cliff with one thought, and like a new one took its place.
I think we all do that occasionally.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's also a sign of sleep deprivation. If you're doing
I'm sure
Sleep
he has that.
deprivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleep
That's a sign of
lepredation.
sleep leprosy.
I was
well.
thinking that too, Schweiz.
And then we go on to games. Time for the main event on Abortion Cast. Games.
Yeah, there you go.
Abortion cast.
Welcome.
That's after dark.
to the
That
hangar.
was after dark.
Yeah.
So-
I would call it the hangar, but the Crass Cast. Welcome to
We all
hangar.
tried to stop him.
Hangar, bottle of bleach and mop.
Honestly, like if there was a podcast about abortion, I would be disappointed if it wasn't called The Hanger.
Yeah. I would too.
Dear God.
Or at least bottle of bleach and mop. Would be like a good. That would be a good like secondary show for it. Good supplemental podcast.
A podcast on abortion. You have to talk about abortion once a week.
Yeah. Like, well, this week. This
Speaking about
be a
abortion,
weekly
how's your wife
podcast.
doing?
Oh God. Oh, that's the worst.
the worst idea for a podcast.
Yeah.
You probably.
That is the worst idea for a podcast.
I don't know. I think we could come up with worse.
Anyways, now the race for nude hog champions continues to heat up more than the world's forest fires. Are there a lot of forest fires going on right now? I know
Yeah,
US
Oh
has
yeah,
quite a
you
few.
can't see the fucking mountains. So,
And as
yeah.
requested, it's now a top 5 race. July nude hog, BMJ, Black Mage Justin, 26. That's fucking disgusting for 1 month. Jake, 24.
Whoa.
26 games.
26 games beaten in July.
July.
Why not 31?
Hey, you little bitch.
Either
Jake,
go a day or don't. That's a
Jake, 24 games, and you both need help. A4
Day or
Extreme
Die.
11. Beaver LA. Hey, we just had him on the show.
That's extreme. Yeah.
He beat 6 games.
Special guest, Beaver LA.
No.
Beaver LA Matunica wants your review of FF Legend, and then Disa beat 3 games. Wow, what a jump down from 26 games. 26 down to 3 games. That's our top 5.
Well, it's because you realize you can't do it anymore. It's like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Community games beaten stats: 17 Final Fantasy games, 7 Kingdom Hearts games, 4 YS games, Ys games.
Yeah.
3 Castlevanias, 2 Broken Swords. I love these games. Tweet at Matunica to discuss. And only 1 Zelda. Anyone know what Abzu is?
Abzu.
I do know what Abzu is.
It's like
an
a
indie game.
Yeah, it's an indie. I think it was probably Jake.
All right, so now we move
It's
into
50% chance that it was. But
our
Probably.
Guess the
I think,
Game.
Yeah, actually, he did play that.
guess the game.
Guess the game.
All right.
Guess the game.
And I can give clues if needed. All right, so keep track of your points. Each one is 1 point. So the first note is, I drank the blood of literally every human in the game.
Bloodborne.
Vampire.
Caleb
shit.
got it correct. Well, Caleb
I don't know
got
why
it
I said
correct.
Bloodborne.
Caleb Craig, yes. Yeah.
2, garbage gameplay, lackluster story, and great graphics.
1886.
Correct.
Is the gameplay
Joe
garbage?
didn't even play that game.
But that was exactly what our review said, so
Is that gameplay garbage?
it was not
It was
the best
meh.
gameplay, yeah.
It was
Oh, wow.
okay. It's a good game for $5.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be. It was
it's a quick
technically
plat, too.
an advanced demo, just trying to demonstrate what the PS4 was capable of, and so as that, yeah, it was great. But see, the thing about the great graphics is it forces you to look at it. It's like, look at me.
It does, yeah. It's
Look
like
at
pick
my
up,
art.
It's like you
Look
pick
at
up
the
an
work I've
item and then
done.
it's like flip over the item, inspect the item, carefully
You
look
haven't
it over at
inspected it
every
enough.
angle.
Pick
Yeah.
it back up, or you can't get the
There's
next objective.
There's a trophy for like inspecting every item, and that means flipping over every item too. So you have to check out both sides and like basically look
And
at
isn't
it at every
flipping over the
angle.
item like turning your controller around too?
No, you just
Oh, okay.
press a button,
I thought
flip
it was
it over.
asinine like that too.
Didn't you review this game?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Oh
though.
shit.
I
Fuck
can,
yeah.
I can understand why
I
you're
never
down.
get those things. I feel so good about myself.
And then the next one, so Joe has 1 point, Craig has 1 point, and then beat July 4th. The sense of mystery in this game is pretty great, but I wasn't about to bomb every rock and burn every bush, so I followed a guide. Still good
Legend
to
of
finally
Zelda.
have this classic off my backlog. Correct. So everyone is at 1 point now. Next to on to the next one. Not bad, but not even a little bit scary, and I was expecting more story. 11:15. That's the time, I guess. 79 kills, 32 ink ribbons.
Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil
You're
remake.
on the
Resident Evil 5.
Resident Evil remake.
Damn it.
Ink ribbons. I should have known. I
Damn
didn't
it.
doubt they do that. 7.
Super fun, challenging puzzle game. Blah 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 blah. Cake is a lie and whatnot.
Portal.
Yeah, that. The cake is a lie. Gave that away. 100%.
Porn Portal.
So
Good site.
the Caleb's have Caleb.
I had a stutter right there. I don't know what the fuck happened. It was
Caleb's have 2 points. Joe has 1.
Damn it.
Quite,
I was the leader.
could've got Portal. I
quite
believe in
possibly
you.
one of the best games ever made. 8 hours, 14 continues. Suck it, Schweiss and Joe.
Metal Gear Solid.
Correct.
Metal Gear. That doesn't count as a game. Metal Gear Solid is the game.
Yeah.
And the note on the next game is...
Potopotamus, by the way, is a word that Schweiss made up the
Let
other
me see if I
day.
can get this
So,
correct.
Did I?
Potopotamus.
In the middle, I've listened to the Megadeth review from our lipstick panel thing. And you say a potopotamus. It was pretty funny. And
Oh,
I made fun of you on the show.
I don't
for
remember
saying
that
it,
at
'cause
all.
You like stuttered. And then you said a potopotamus. And then you went on a Trump thing where you're like, "Oh, these are potopotamuses, man.
Oh, no, I remember
They're all
that.
coming into the country."
Yeah. Taking the jobs from the hippopotamus. Good, hardworking hippopotamus.
feel like I might be getting the word slightly wrong, but it's in that weird, almost hippopotamus category. But go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So the next one, the note on this game is life finds a way.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World, evolution, extinction.
You said that's just stick
Jurassic
with your
World
first
evolution.
one. Yeah, that's correct.
Damn.
Okay.
So Schweiss is
Jurassic
in the lead
Park
with
Operation
3 points,
Genesis 2.
and then you're tied with Craig at 2 points.
Okay.
Anyways, next one down. Good-looking adventure underwater. Good-looking adventure
Abzu?
underwater. Yes, that's correct. I didn't even finish the note.
What?
Exploration game. Short
What was
and
it?
gameplay is
Abzu.
pretty fun. That shark, damn, 2.5 hours.
Abzu.
Yep.
Abzu. How do you know after good-looking adventure underwater?
Because I know it was a game where you explore underwater.
All right. Next game down. So that puts Craig, the Caleb's tied again. Sorry, I had something come up my throat. Okay. Anyways, not going to lie.
Come up your throat.
Not going to lie. It definitely seems overrated. It's a good game, but I don't know why it's held in such high esteem. Doesn't even touch 7, 9, 10, or even 15 for me.
Final Fantasy 6.
Correct. Wow. Are we all tied
I'm pretty
here?
sure
We are.
Abrac.
Yeah. How many we got left?
1.
Oh shit!
Dun, dun.
Okay. So you have to wait for me to finish reading the note before you can give your suggestion on this one.
Okay.
Fucking amazing old school horror puzzle game. Gotta set it up just right or you'll die. Super stressful, but I enjoyed it a lot. Around 6 hours. Died a lot, but once you know what to do, it's very short.
Dark Mirror.
Nope.
Damn it.
Puzzle, you said?
Yep. Puzzle horror game.
Silent
Resident
Hill.
Evil?
No.
Not Silent Hill. either.
It's not a game that I have heard of before. So
Old school horror puzzle game.
it's a collection of games
Gotta set it
A
up.
collection
right.
of games?
set in a cabin by the lakeside.
Evil Dead. I don't know.
There's no lake in Evil. No, there is a lake.
You guys all give up?
I don't know it.
Yeah,
I
three-way tie.
Lakeview Cabin Collection.
Oh, fuck you.
Like I said, I don't know anything about the games. The only hints I could give was the actual title of the game. But anyways, just in a true millennial fashion, we're all winners here.
Yeah, there we go.
We are millennials. That is true.
And then on to the exercise hog. In July, the Hogib Army of Fitness Enthusiasts recorded 98 workout sessions.
I didn't record mine.
That's down by 100 from
I feel
June.
like the game quiz should be the last thing.
Yeah, it feels
But
like the end.
it's in the game section is where it's at.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, though.
yeah. So,
Anyways,
come on.
this totaled 11,248 minutes of exercise. That's an average of 115 minutes per workout. That's 37 more per session than last month. Some of the more interesting notes for exercise were 3.5-mile run in 32 minutes. Time to stop being a lazy POS. Damn, that was pathetic.
Sounds
I'm
like Jake.
6'6", 190 pounds, running 9
Never mind.
running 9 miles at 32 years old. I gotta quit drinking. And the next one, Hog and Jog number 1.
That's Jake. Yeah.
Next one, cleaning 120 minutes. Is that really exercise?
God.
Cleaning for 120 minutes. We can't count clean. Like, what are you fucking cleaning? How hard are you waxing on, waxing off?
Cleaning out that
Apparently
attic.
pretty fucking
I
hard.
count my stop time at FedEx because I'm lifting a bunch of shit and I'm running
Well, see,
around.
yeah,
Despite
but,
it being
Oh, wait.
But-
I don't know. Is it cleaning or doing cleans in the gym?
Ooh, that's a good point.
But he asks us, is this really exercise?
Wait, what does he say specifically it is, though?
Cleaning. And
Just
Like,
cleaning.
if he's just cleaning? Like, no?
If
I would go no if it's like regular, like I'm just going to clean the bathroom here. I broke a sweat because it's hot, but that's not really. I wouldn't call
Huh.
it. I wouldn't call that exercise.
Anyways, the next one is 3.17-mile run walk. I've really ruined my cardio with garbage plates, booze, and gaming. Haha, baby steps to get back into it.
There's a lot of drinking in our audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
And-
drinking and then realizing you're out of shape.
And the next one, the last one is mow lawn.
Yeah.
Unless you have
that's-
acres of lawn.
I think that counts.
I guess
Well,
you're
okay,
on-
wait. Are they doing the old school mower where you have to literally like push it because it's just the
You know,
blades?
old school mowers, if you keep them in shape and greased up, they're actually pretty easy to use. They're not hard to push.
I always did hard mode with mowing. I would never use the like drive assist thing. I would just push it.
Oh, well, I never had that until a certain
Yeah,
point.
I wasn't fan. I didn't have a fancy
Yeah.
lawnmower
Yeah.
with drive mode.
Yeah.
All I had was a little lever that made the blades go faster or slower.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a bag. It's just a mower.
Did you have to go rake it afterwards?
Just took a weed whacker to the
Uh,
lawn.
My dad would make me mow
Had to be
once a
very
week,
precise.
so it stayed relatively short, so it wasn't that bad.
Well, if I had one where they didn't want the grass clippings still in the grass, but didn't have a mower with the bag on it, so I had to go rake it up.
I did it a
afterwards.
couple times.
It's
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
When I mowed
tell those
lawns
people to fuck
for
off.
other people, I would
Give me a
I would
better
rake
mower.
it.
No, like literally, go tell them to fuck off. Like right now. It's ridiculous.
Well, I don't associate with those people anymore, so
It doesn't matter. Find them and be like, fuck off.
Just don't even tell them why.
Just don't even tell them.
Yeah, no
Um,
explanation.
I'll allow mowing.
okay.
I'll allow.
Anyways, that is all the stats for July.
Awesome. Thank you,
awesome.
Matunica and Cameron.
Well,
Mostly Matunica.
I didn't do anything.
let's answer
That's-
one question.
One question.
One question for our Q&A episode.
One.
We're at 1:30 right now.
Oh.
All right, let's see here.
Did pretty well. Did pretty well considering.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. This question is from Chase Sarislani, or Chase vs. Game, says, at what point is realism in games too far?
Uncanny Valley. So, what form of realism are you talking about? Are you talking like very realistic graphics? Because there's a part where when graphics look too good, you enter the uncanny valley where the faces, even though the graphics are great, but they just don't look right.
So Horizon Zero Dawn,
I think that's just bad.
because the characters look like shit in that game to me.
No, so it's weird. So uncanny.
Uncanny Valley is like that fucking
When it looks too
that
real.
Polar Express movie, starring Tom Hanks, by the way.
The concept of the uncanny valley suggests humanoid objects which appear almost but not exactly like real human beings elicit uncanny or strangely familiar feelings of eeriness and revulsion in the observers.
Too much realism in a game is, I don't know.
Here's a picture example of the
Oh, no.
uncanny valley.
Maybe like sleep cycles when you just want to play and you have to go in for bed or something like that in a game, or anything where it's like you got to eat or else you can't keep going.
Survival mechanics.
Yeah,
in the
some
game.
sort of survival mechanics that are too realistic. I don't love shooters where it's one shot and you're done.
I enjoy that.
Even though it is realistic, because certainly getting hit by a bullet pretty much anywhere on your body is gonna, stop you for a little while.
I would like to see a game where, like, if you get hit in the leg, you just get gibbed there, and then you just have to like crawl around until you
Fallout
bleed
kind
out.
of does that, but doesn't give the leg off.
I just want like a little bit of survival until like you can try and shoot somebody that walks by if you get shot in the leg.
The original Rainbow Six game, it was like one shot and done. It was trying to be super realistic, and that, although that game's fun in a different way, if that were like a regular shooter doing that, nah. Come
Yeah,
on.
Rainbow Six is pretty rough.
Yeah, Rainbow Six is not an easy game.
I mean, most of like the Call of Duty game that Schweiss is trying to play, it's pretty much one shot you're done on veteran.
Yeah, it is. And you have health, so it's terrible. It's not fun. But fuck, I don't know. Realism in games. Yeah, if it starts to get boring, I think that's excessive. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 3 has a food system in it, and I think that's actually really fun.
Yeah, Metal
And,
Gear Solid does it pretty well. That's why I was like thinking about that system as being like realistic.
Sims is pretty good too, I guess. Doing that, and that's all you do is real life things with your fake character.
It's true.
I don't think there's really a limit graphically. I mean, I know it will look really weird, and you will have the uncanny valley.
Well, I mean, there is
thing,
they're doing a lot of where like games are trying to be more real looking, and I don't necessarily like it. So
Yeah.
I like it when they have like their own kind of style for the artwork and stuff.
That processing power goes up. There's going to be some companies that are trying to make games that just look quote unquote real.
Yeah, we're gonna have actual actors in our video games again that actually look like the actors.
But I like
I
to
fucking hate that.
like Death
Kit
Stranding.
Harington was
Well, it's not
yeah.
like Death Stranding. Like fucking Call of Duty did it twice. They had like Kit Harington in there, and then they had fucking Kevin
Why?
Spacey.
yeah,
So it's like, fucking why?
because
Like,
they can.
Does
Because-
Kevin Spacey
because-
molest Kit Harington?
Because Kit
Is my
Harington,
Yes.
Kit
They're in
Harington,
two different
And he
Call of
comes out
Duties,
years later.
So I don't think
because
so.
those actors can sell movies and TV shows, so why can't they sell games?
it's fucking stupid to me. Like even
I don't know. I like
even
I
the
thought it was cool that Kit Harington
like
was
Beyond
able to play
Two
the bad
Souls
guy.
even has Willem Dafoe, and I'm just like,
You're
I, mean,
not like,
I love Willem Dafoe, but I don't love actors in video games. They can be voice actors, but I don't want to see them.
well,
Why not?
Is it uncanny?
I don't.
It is in a way. It's like it
I don't
takes
mind
me
it.
out of it. I'm like,
I don't mind either, as
I
long
don't
as
like
it's
it.
done well, and as long as it's not like made by NASCAR type video game either, or made by monster type video game. You know, the video games made by companies that are not video game studios, and like, oh, the latest game that does this, and it's just a shit.
Well, like
shit game.
Taco Bell Burrito Run or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Burrito
Where
run.
they put the least amount of effort into as possible.
Starring Tom Cruise.
We should totally
That's
play
what it
the
sounds like, though.
we should
It's
totally
like,
play
just like
the-
they don't want to. They don't want to make their own characters.
the Burger
So
King
I'll just
games.
put Kevin
So one thing
Spacey
is that
in
they're
there.
they're paying so much to have
The
them in the
Wii
game.
Burger
that they
King
may not-
games.
But it's a Call of Duty.
Can you even get a
They have the
whole?
money.
We're having
It's
two
fucking
parallel
stupid, though.
conversations.
Yeah, guys. Next game based on another media is going to be the fucking Burger King games. It's based on the
Dude,
media of food.
Those were
Dude,
those were
there's
like Wii
fucking-
games, weren't they?
360 too.
Oh,
I think.
360.
This fucking Chex Quest
Yeah, well, that's
based
just
on
Doom.
the cereal.
That's just Doom.
Purina,
is,
Purina
but
Dog
still there.
Chow game.
Are you serious?
I had it as a kid. It was
wow.
honestly there was some fun shit in there.
That's some fun shit. Like, oh man, I
I'm
love,
not even. I'm
I
not
love
even
feeding
fucking
the
kidding.
dog. Purina.
Dude.
Chex Quest.
I
is
wonder,
actually
like,
good,
how much
though.
are those Burger King games on eBay? Someone's got to check that shit.
Probably like $3.
Yeah, I bet you they're
All
shittily
right.
cheap.
I will give some attention to the chat here. We had a question earlier that was, what's your biggest problem with this podcast, guys? From setting things up to broadcasting, and I'll let you decide on what the fuck that means.
I think my biggest problem is that there has been a lot of talk in the underground Nude Clan community lately of Craig having a heart attack and dying because of his anger, stress, and just the way
You
he
mean
approaches
the chat that
his
you were
diet.
having with Brandy.
His weight,
Branny Stolas thinks you're
family's
going to
history
die.
of heart problems.
Here's the thing, Craig. We have so long to
How
beat
is this
Dark
a
Souls
problem
3.
with podcasting?
Well,
Exactly.
because it's this podcast, he said. What's the biggest problem with this podcast? And I
You're
think
saying
it's
he's the biggest. problem
What
with the
is your
podcast?
biggest problem
Your
with this
biggest
podcast?
problem
Which I don't know
is-
what that question really
Craig's
means.
health.
Your biggest problem is people talking about my health.
no, it's you dying.
Hey, you're ruining the intervention here.
The biggest problem is I can see it
We've
destroying
tried many
you.
times, Cameron. It doesn't
I know.
work.
I can see it destroying you from the inside out, Craig. So I think you need to just not
rage.
be King Hog. Just take it
Oh, I
easy.
see how it's going. He's using this as a front so he can be king.
Relax a bit.
It's not gonna.
The problem is we approach it the same way, Craig. We both will absolutely demolish a game and then be done with it. But the problem is also we have so many games in a row that we just keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. We don't play anything for us very often. And when you do that,
I mean, I do. I do.
I guess you do, but I don't
You do.
I know you don't.
generally. Unless it's like a hog thing where I'm like, I want to platinum this game, and then I do it for
Or
myself.
can see that.
play the 300 PSP game.
That was a
Yesterday-
dark time.
Yesterday I sat down and I go, I don't want to play Dark Souls right now. I want to go outside.
Well, it's
wanna
fun.
Be in nature right now.
I want to go into 104-degree heat.
Well,
Yeah.
if we didn't have to beat the games to completion, we could just easily do that. But we have to beat.
Oh
the
no,
games.
there's no not beating these games.
Yeah.
How can you review a game you haven't beaten?
I don't know.
People do it all
Ask
the time.
IGN.
What magazine or large corporation would ever review a game they haven't actually beaten?
Or played or
Literally
touched.
all of them.
yeah, all of them. That's why only we count. It's- We're
we
pure.
are the true force.
It's true.
But yeah, I could see that's kind of a downside. I think the games sometimes it can be a lot, and it's hard. Fuck, like I have
hard
the 4-job Fiesta thing that I signed up for, and I haven't even started Final Fantasy V. I don't know if I will start it. Like there are a lot of things.
Final Fantasy V.
Did I do that really? No, I'm
I heard a little
fucking.
list.
Just leave him alone.
I'm tired, man. But there's a lot of things that I want to do with the gaming that I don't really get to do because I have
Patreon.com.
these these things in my way.
Donate. Make it our only job. We could do more reviews.
Way more.
Yeah, we could. I
Way
guess, yeah.
more.
No, that's kind of one of the stressful things about the show. But other than that, I mean, I love doing the show, so it's not really hard. I guess there's not really anything that I don't want to do. It's just things that take a lot of time, and I just don't have time to do.
It's the games that take the most time out of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast itself is like nothing. It's like 2 hours. And that's it. The game is like a 30, 40 hour experience sometimes.
The
And,
game is life.
and it's sad to kind of put it into a 2-hour review.
It's really turning it into that way. It's like we all have part-time jobs, which is the show, which is true because we're putting that many hours into it.
Yeah.
It depends on the game you're on. But yeah. Maybe he was having a podcasting question.
Well, we have an episode for that.
In which
so
case,
be prepared.
it's just the weekly commitment of it. I think that getting used to that early on is difficult. Me and Schweiss have been doing it for so long. It's just kind of like a given. I don't know how about you young whippersnappers feel about
No, that's a given for me
it.
too.
It's a given now.
Yeah.
Cameron, is it a given now? It's just
We've
like,
been
this
doing
is
it
what
for
I
like
do
3
every
years,
Sunday
Yeah,
so-
or Saturday, depending on.
It's pretty much my life right now.
Yeah.
It's this and real work.
Yeah.
So
It's my life. It's now or never. I ain't going to live forever.
Yeah. True.
I just want something, you know?
You just wanted something.
It's my life.
Yeah. I don't know. It's good, though. I enjoy doing it, so fuck it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be our show for this week, guys. Thank you for listening. My last show as a weekly host will be next time. So if you have any Joe-specific questions
or roasts.
or comments, feel free to tag Caleb Craig and on Twitter with them or put them in the forums or whatever. It's nudeclan.net. And that's where you can join our forums and join the discussion there. Or you can tweet the show at Nude Clan Podcast. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGollier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
me at New Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
You can check out our Patreon page as well as clicking through our Amazon link on our site if you want to support the show. You can check out our other shows, the Godzilla Podcast, where me and Drew talk about Godzilla. A Tale of Schweiss and Johnson for A Few Chickens More, a Game of Thrones podcast. Go check that one out. Puff Puff Hour, a Dragon Quest podcast. Ultimate Final Fantasy, of course, which is probably how you found this podcast. And Super Sexy Swinging Fanfiction if you want to check out the other show on the network. Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck.